Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to start off giving all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, great millstones, who will teach you sound doctrine, strong Shalom to the 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children, that the Lord will have mercy on these last days. All right, it's your brother Kadash, representing GMS branch here in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out a quick edifying transit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi outside, man. You know, this quick lesson. All right, the spirit gave me was we had to fall to judge correctly. You know what I mean? We had to fall to judge correctly, you know. So I mean what I mean by fall is we were once we were once in a heavenly estate. All right. We were once in a heavenly estate, and the Lord allowed us to fall so that we can learn how to properly judge the heathens. All right. Scripture talking about second edges. Oh Adam, what hast thou done? Right? Because we became like the heathen. The mindset that we have acquired our heathenistic mind, a heathenistic mindset. You know, it's not holy. It wasn't separate from the nations. You know, our mannerisms, our customs and things, down to our attire, our drink, our speech, our conduct. Because name Shem goes into reputation. So the reputation which we upheld, according to Deuteronomy 4, it was different from the nations, right? The people could look at us and say, "Damn, like look at they got a power so near unto them. You know, their ways are different, man. You know, so we had to fall to judge correctly. This is real quick, Sirach, uh, bear with me. Is it Sirach 15? Hold up, it's Sirach 15, um, and 14. Well, yeah, I'm gonna start at 14. Sirach 15 and 14. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. See, he will always scripture talk about in Wisdom of Solomon, he created man to be immortal. So if the Lord created man to be immortal and we are in this state, in this condition, obviously the Lord had that's what the purpose is, for us to be immortal. But to get immortality, you know, that's what's not talked about. You know, how do we obtain mortality? What are the quota? What are the what's the what is the breakdown on how to receive immortality? Yahushua said, he said, follow me. Okay, follow me. All right, and I will make you fishers of men. He said these are they who followed me in the regeneration, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So Yahushua will often speak about men following him in each life. Okay, so when you follow the words, right, ultimately, because St. John 1 and 14, the word was made flesh and dwelt amongst us, right? It came to came amongst his own, they didn't receive him, that light, right? The word was made flesh, the thoughts of the Father were turned into the formation that we were in, which was these bodies. According to the book of Jude, we fell and were put into the chains of darkness, which is these bodies. Okay, so Lord created man to be immortal. Says he himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel his advice, right? So he created man, right, to dwell in the counsel of his mind, the counsel of his words, which not just any man, right? The Adam man, the Adamites, right? The holy man, right? He created man in Genesis, right? I'm not gonna go into it because the video is short, but you know, we've done many videos on that. Genesis 1, 2, 3, the whole start of the beginning, Genesis heading, the whole start of the whole, uh, 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 the whole practice for us, man. It says, So Adam, it say he breathed into Adam, he became a living soul. That's him. That's us being left in the hand of his advice. His advice is his words, his counsel. It says, if thou wilt to keep the commandments, you see. So if you keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness. So our faith had to be accepted. You see, we had to perform acceptable faithfulness. Well, if the Lord created us to be immortal and we was at a perfect state, yeah, like, our perfect state was going to be complete faith, right? That's what we're going to have in the kingdom. But how was we going to know what faith was? Like, how, if I'm not put in a position to have faith to have faith, how am I going to know what it is? If I'm not put in position to understand, if I'm not put in position to have hope, how am I going to know what hope is? How am I going to know what faith is, man? How am I going to know that if I'm never put in a position to, right? So it says to perform acceptable faithfulness. That's what this was about. So we could perform acceptable faithfulness, right? It was not, it was talking about, going into our offerings and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? He said, I would not accept your or smelling your solemn assembly. Amos, right? I think that's 5. Right? Jeremiah 10, right? All the things we were offering and sacrificing, it wasn't acceptable, right? If you do good, will your offering not be accepted? He told Cain. So YAHWASHI set it up where we would learn every single mind, right? We went through every captivity so that we could understand each heathen. You see? We went through each captivity so we could understand each heathen. We understand the Babylonians, right? We understand the Egyptians. We understand each nation, the table of nations. We understand them now because we went through each incarnation and we went through each captivity. So now we're in that final state, all right, of the last ruler over us to learn his way, which is the most wicked way of all, right? That's why it took the longest it's the longest captivity under a particular nation, all right, and the most gruesome captivity under a particular nation, the Edomites. And we had to learn their ways, okay, so that we not only know the ways of the nations now, but we know how to completely judge the most wicked thought that can ever exist on the planet. Because we Jeremiah 5, our deeds surpass the deeds of the wicked. We too had to take on that mindset so that we can understand, man. Just like YAHWASHI in Hebrews 2, right? When you go to fuck it, that Hebrew, I could get that Hebrews 2, but fuck it, that. Let me just get this real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 4. It says 28. It says, let me start 27. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. Right? So we always had a promise, right? Because that's what the scriptures say. He created man to be immortal. So the things that's attached to immortality, he attached to a people. So it was always theirs. It was always going to be there. But we had to get it, man. The Lord is justifiable, man. He don't just do things. He has a reason behind it. That's why the Lord allowed things to happen, so that his word can stand, so that his judgment can be true. It says, for this world is full, forgive me, I'm under the weather a little bit. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Right? That's what this world consists of. It says, and I pray this video not choppy, man. Shit, man. Vexing. But as concerning the things whereof thou asking me, I would tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. You see, that's the only way that the good can come. The evil had to be sown first, and then it had to be put out. It says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. Right, it had to be this way. And how much ungodliness have it brought up until this time? How much shall it bring forth until the time of threshing come? You know, so it was set up this way to be this way all the way up until the end, man. You know, our fall was pivotal to the glorification of Yahawah Bashim Yahushai. The Lord could have used anything or anyone, but He used us for His plan. And now that we fell and we've been risen from the lowest state, all right, the conditions have been. It's scripture talking about nothing has been done to Israel. I mean, like to any nation like it has been done to Israel. Roughly going into that, because the Lord has allowed these things to be so that His glory can be true, so He can get His glory, man. Our fall was the ultimate way to set up the glorification of Yahweh Shemi Shai in the kingdom of heaven, man. Since we are attached to Him, what better way to do it, right? So we had to fall, man. You know, so that we could be proper judges. This is Hebrews 2. Bear with me. This is Hebrews 2, and going straight to the point. This is Hebrews 2:17. Wherefore, in all things it behooved him to be made, right? Who is the him? Yahawashi, to be made like unto his brethren, right? When you jump up, it tell you that he was made a little lower than the angels, right? That's the flesh. So if he was made a little lower than the angels, how could he be born of an angel? You know, he would be superhuman. So he was born like us, right? That's our bodies are lower than the angels, you know, because we get sick and we die. You know, it says be made like it says, wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and a faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. Right? Yahushua fell as Adam, as Solomon, you know, as all his incarnations, bro. You know, he fell so that he can understand the same like, because we're walking after him. So everything we're doing, Yahushua already did it. So it was just read so he could be a faithful and a merciful high priest, man. You know what I'm saying? For what? For the things pertaining to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? The things that pertain to the heavens is the things that we're trying to fight for too, so that we can do be a great priest in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And judges, and because he said make you a nation of kings and priests, man. You know what I'm saying? So Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? He allowed us to take part in the same, because we also was with him, Lord willing, we are those men in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When the earth was created, man. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. We had to fall, right? We had to fall, man. We had to fall so that we can judge correctly. We had to judge. We had to fall so we could judge properly, man. Judge the nations properly. So, Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. We could have went into so much, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to touch on that. Lord willing, it's edifying. Until next time, walk a ball, about a ball, DTA, so and so on.